It goes live and goes, shut the fuck up.
No, that's what happened with you.
Well, because it wasn't clear that you were telling your computer to shut the fuck up, so it would have sounded like you were telling me to shut the fuck up.
Marnie. Hello. Why is everyone talking about coconuts?
Oh, because the coconut shea butter spread,
Yeah,
maybe?
coconut butter.
Oh, but he was just putting a bit of mayo on it.
You know me. I'll play it up a
I
bit.
listen.
Lucy Bain in the chat.
Hi,
Bane.
Lucy.
Lucy, come say hello, Lucy.
Lucy, if you're still in the office, you're more than welcome to pop in and say hello. She had the funniest day in the office.
About eggs? And
Yeah,
how she
yeah.
eats 80 of them a day?
What's her title?
She's a production assistant.
GM.
So the general manager of Auntie Donna, Lucy Bain, we were in the office and I got just like the media alert being like, Michael Voss is available for media tomorrow, whatever. And she just goes, sounds like a washed up star just wants to give out roses on TikTok.
What? What does that mean?
Because she didn't realise that coaches front up to media every week. So she thought he was doing like a special media conference trying to get all this attention.
That's
Like
bizarre.
build a media career.
That's bizarre. Bizarre, Luce.
Lulu.
I don't know. Should we crack in?
Say hello to the people, bro.
Yeah, say hello to the lovely people, Broden.
I guess.
Answer some questions. Give them a bit of your time, you know?
They've given
Lucy's-
us their time.
Lucy's at Coles restocking our drink fridge.
That's what the GM of Auntie Donna does.
Why are you on the? But also engaging with our chat. You know,
Yeah.
at Coles.
You should say thank you, Richo, for the 5 gifted, you know? Poggers for Richo.
Poggers for Richo.
Nathan mentioned the footy with Broden. They mentioned the footy with Broden on the podcast Hollywood Handbook today. Yes, because I was on it, wasn't I, Nathan? Zach and I were on it.
No, they just talked about you randomly.
They do though. They go, oh, that footy guy. He's trying to. They claim as I'm trying to destroy Auntie Donna. Is there?
Ask us some questions, team.
Broden doesn't like us. Big Johnny, I love you.
Who did the illustrations for the cartoon heads? Their name is Cam.
Yeah.
And their company is called...
Dirty Puppet.
Dirty Puppet. Very,
And they're
very
one of
good.
the best. Like everything. A lot of Donna stuff. The Donna Drem poster is them as well, and they're very good. Any animation that Donna did in Glen Ridge is them. Dom, g'day Dom Borg. Donna Pod was particularly unlistenable this week. Loved it. Yes, it's becoming more and more a thing that people go, I hate that show so much. I hate it. 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Because I start my day with podcasts. Why are you shaking your head at me?
I was like, you're not listening to the Donna Pod, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about the Footy Pod, sorry.
No, but that too is becoming more and more.
Well, I just...
As Broden gives me more free reign, it becomes more.
Well, yeah, like this morning.
Yeah.
Because it's the first thing I do. It's like podcasting. And I do listen to there was like a bunch of episodes on the budget. Mm-hmm. But it's like 6 a.m. I was like, okay, well, I'll listen to the Wacky Willy with Wednesday's episode, whatever. And it's such a shock to the system. Like listening to that when the sun hasn't even come up yet.
So the Auntie Donna one today is we have a little intro that Tom wrote, and there's a little dun 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 as we introduce the episode.
Vamp.
We're like, hey everyone, this week episode we go on an adventure to Silly Town. Enjoy. But we just did the intro music for 33 minutes, and people really are upset by it.
Yeah, fair enough too. Now you can crack in, Broden.
Dom, Chaboy. I mean, it's the same people who've been here with us from the start. Mel.
Yeah, a lot of legends in the chat.
Someone said my hair looks sick, and I would like to say thank you so much because I got it done, and no one said anything in this office, but that's okay.
What were the context?
How are we supposed
I
to
look different.
Do you? I thought you just braided your hair or something.
Yeah, but it's blonde.
Oh, yeah, I can't tell that. Sadly, I'm sorry. It looks fucking sick,
Thanks,
though.
Patty.
It looks
Every
amazing.
time
Gosh.
you do something nice with your hair, I take it as a personal stab at me.
Every time you laugh hysterically at my voice on a podcast, I take
it wasn't
as a
what I was
personal
laughing at.
stab to me.
That was good, Bart. We'll talk about that in a little bit, shan't we?
Okay.
If there were two AFL coaches, that would star in a remake of Thelma and Louise, who would they be? What a strange question, Fisher boy.
This is the audience you've cultivated, mate.
You told me to engage
But
with
just
them.
strange people.
So they've got to be like good friends.
They have to have killed Brad Pitt. Is that what happens in that movie?
I don't even know.
Oh my god, can Dean Cox be one of them? He's my favorite now.
Why?
Dean Cox.
Oh, I like seeing him happy.
He's a vibe. He's gigantic.
Big guy.
A ruck coach is a coach that coaches the most in height. Loving the new thing Marnie is doing, throwing barbs at Broden on the IG.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it too. I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we all love it.
I've got one ready to go for this weekend. A nice little meme that I've made.
You made a meme already for the weekend?
Yep.
She's investing.
What are you, Jacob Gaynor? Making memes hopping on Canva, making some memes. Oh, Doug chucked us $2 for a hot dog or
Oh,
something.
thank you, Doug. Thank you.
If we get 50,000 likes, I'll sing Taste by Sabrina Carpenter. And if we get 75,000, I'll sing Pig Pony Club. I just my TikTok lives that I see of this lady like busking, and that's what she does. So
Yeah, that's great.
when we get 75,000 likes, I'm going to sing Pink Pony Club.
I want to answer a question.
Answer a question, Paddy.
Which AFL player could eat a whole Sharon the fastest?
Which
Sean Darcy.
AFL player could eat a Sharon the fastest? Who has the biggest mouth?
Sean Darcy.
Sean Darcy. I mean, Tom McDonald only eats meat.
Yeah, where
so-
is Greg?
Thank you for the gifted Dom, Anik Borg.
Who's Greg?
My father.
Oh, your father,
Oh,
yes. I was
yeah.
like,
Where's
we
Greg?
were talking about Greg Larson for a second.
Yeah, so did I actually. That's
Where
where
is
mine
Greg?
went.
Where's Greg Larson? Where's my father? I'm going to text him.
I could ring Greg.
Why?
Oh,
She
yeah,
watched-
ring-
oh, you know
ring
why?
Greg.
It's because I was about to say because we started at a different time, but we didn't. No excuse.
You can ring Greg. Well, he was up late last night watching
There
the
he
Tassie.
is. He's in the chat.
Oh, okay. He's in the chat.
G'day, Greg.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Mum.
Hasn't got his phone on him.
They're probably running around the house in panic. Got it!
Where's my bottle of wine, Broden?
Mr. Vinyl, how are you? I gave it to your daughter.
It's in my fridge.
Oh, she's probably drunk it already.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we're just checking that you're on and engaged, and make sure you like the chat.
Well, I'm glad you're engaged, but I thought you're married as well, so that's a bit of a bigamy. for
No,
you.
I'm de facto, actually. I'm de facto. But enjoy the app.
Okay, thank you, I will. I always do.
Okay. Bye, Greg.
Go Crows. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Go Giants, Crows, and everyone else in between.
Yeah, actually, I think the
Sydney.
Giants membership came today. They
There you
said
go.
they were very excited about it. Should we crack in?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do Bounce That Bill today?
No, because you're remixing it. Bully me.
That wasn't a bully.
That's that Bill.
That wasn't a bully.
Bill.
That was not a bully.
No,
Do you want to do bounce that pill?
No.
Oh, I'll do it.
Unless you want me to.
I want you to.
Okay.
Welcome. It's Thursday, the 27th of March, and you know what that means? Comedy festival, but also
Bounce that pill. Oh, I went too early.
keen.
Are we going?
Yeah. Once you bounce.
I felt I got too much pressure.
I had monologues to do. I had this whole thesis I wrote. And then, but the rule is once someone says bounce that pill, you must honour it. It's like, that we've started the episode. Hi, Marnie.
Hi, sorry about that.
Welcome to Footy with Marns. Welcome to Footy with Marns, everyone. I'm Broden.
I'm Marns.
I'm Tom.
That's a new thing.
Yeah, let's do that every week.
Yeah, this is a really exciting week because all of our football teams are playing this weekend and all of our teams are good. Let's go through and out of 10 say how well we think our football team's going. All right? So, Tom, your team's played one. How are you feeling?
1 out of 3 possible rounds.
Yes.
It's very, very odd. I think my team's still track record has beaten the Eagles by 100, so I think we're going A+. Very well.
Out of 10? A+ out of 10?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I go for the Melbourne Football Club, who in our first week put up an incredible performance against the Giants, who looked very in form, and then a different performance on Sunday against the North Melbourne. So I'm going to give them a D+ out of 10. Marnie, you go for the Essendon Bombers. How are they going?
I reckon no complaints for the A+.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I have had, honestly, this is how I reckon 5 conversations have gone this week. Sorry about the Bombers. Oh, yeah, Zach Merritt, though. Oh, yeah. Every conversation's been
exactly what I was about to do, genuinely.
Yeah.
I set that agenda on Sunday.
You are the
Everyone
agenda
knows that.
setter.
I said that. I said there's one positive. You're only positive.
No, I mean,
Caco's good.
obviously conceding 161 points is bad. But kicking 100 points, not awful.
Yeah.
No backline, bad.
Bad.
Forwards that can kick goals, good.
Good.
Well, a captain that can kick goals. Anyway.
Is good. Do you think that they are rebuilding?
Oh, wait till we get to the news.
Oh, yes, very good. The news. Now, Marnie, you may have heard on our podcast on Monday that Tom started to... The news. Now, Marnie, you may have heard on our podcast on... That was me. That was a little clip of me from 10 seconds ago that I just thought you might want to hear. So I just wanted to throw to... me talking 10 minutes ago. That wasn't Tom just turning on audio and having the live stream playing back. That was me.
Purposeful.
Just saying, remember when I said that? That was so good. Tom has started to dabble with music.
Oh,
As a side hobby, a little bit of something fun to do on the weekends.
great.
And on the weekend, he brought two remixes of songs. One being a synth version of Fox Footy. Have you heard that?
Yes, I have heard that.
And what did you think of it?
Yeah, I loved it.
It was synthy.
kind.
Pardon me?
That's kind of Marnie to say.
I did.
And then there was some feedback on the Wacky Willy Wednesdays that Tom potentially could remix the news theme because the news it feels a bit, here's the news. But it should be, here's the news.
Yeah.
And
let's get the fuck up. It's the news.
well, that's funny you mentioned that, Marnie, because do you have it here, Tom?
I do. I have it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's throw to it.
Hit it.
I got to plug in my head. Don't worry about it. This is what happens
Seamless.
every single time.
Get the fuck up!
Bounce that pill.
It's good.
That's a vibe. Now, Marnie, give us your initial thoughts.
Horror that is my voice, but also it reminds me so much of when that person on Twitter asked if there was a child asking Brad Scott questions in the press conference, because I
I didn't know that someone did that.
Well, not meanly. Just someone genuinely was like, I'm not trying to be like rude or funny, but was there a child asking questions in the press conference? Paddy's nodding. He remembers.
I've
It's
never-
no, they just let me in there sometimes.
Haven't you seen the feedback from our show that people think we're just two people with the exact same voice talking when you and I talk?
It's so hard to differentiate.
I've never thought your voice is high, genuinely.
Yeah, me either.
Oh no, I sound like a child.
No.
And even like last week when I did that bounce that peel, I cringed at myself. I was like, I wasn't ready enough. I went too high. That sounded horrific. And then to open Instagram and see you'd fucking remixed it.
That was never supposed to be the focus. I thought I just chucked that in for a bit of mayo on top. You know what I mean?
It was
With the
very
mayo on
It
funny.
was more about the get the fuck up and the hard synths and the remixing of the news.
Also, I did really appreciate that because I've been trying not to swear as much on this.
Yeah.
And I do a bit of
now and then.
emphasis here and there, but I think I'm pretty good.
I don't think I could stop swearing if I tried.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to keep an air of professionalism when I come on.
In my solo show that opens tonight, I was like, I'm going to try and write it clean. I swear so much in this show.
But that's funny.
But it's like it's low. It's bass.
Yeah.
So if we remove your voice, you'll be into it.
Oh my God, no. If the audience like it,
Then you're happy.
then I'm happy with it.
Because this is
they
just
get
the
to
first
decide.
draft.
I don't get to decide.
First draft. you
Now
know?
it's put out into the world. Also, yeah, I loved so much Broden saying on the podcast, well, we've got to put it to Marnie first. It's uploaded it to Instagram.
Yes, that one. Now it's out of my hands. This is an ecosystem now where I'm no longer in control. So if you think if I was in control, you'd be allowed to go out there and do all these rude posts about my football team and my throat and the size of my esophagus, do you think if I had any power here, I've lost complete power?
Kind of like Melbourne against North.
See this
Yeah.
shit?
It's true.
I've got to take back control. But any notes that you would like to add to that, like a style? Would you like like a melody over it, or would you like anything you'd like to add?
Oh, I'm not well versed enough in music to know what I can ask.
But you know what you like.
I loved The Bombers Are Coming Hard. I loved that.
That's our
What
Nicholson.
other things do I love?
You can also, he can go into there's this magical library on the internet where you can get
Type in comedy.
a million people going, oh yeah.
Yeah, we could do some lyrics for you. No. Okay.
No, we don't want that.
lyrics.
I mean, yeah, you can, just not not what
See,
Broden just
once
did.
again, the idea that I have any power here, that my podcast, a podcast that I am the boss of, when I go, oh yeah, everyone should go, Broden, you're beautiful at your voice.
Can you take
No, don't, Marnie, no.
that I'm the boss of
Yeah.
and put that in
Yeah,
in
sure,
there?
sure. Absolutely.
because I'm the boss of the news? Some people
Yeah.
do that. Okay.
Boss of
you
the
are.
news. Marnie, the boss of the news.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Boss of the news. Okay, great. Well, shall we do the news?
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, it's time for the news.
Get the fuck up.
Bounce that bill.
Money hates to bounce that bill.
There's the news, everyone. Once again, went early with it before I was ready, and no respect for me.
No. But that wasn't early, was it?
I had a monologue
I
prepared.
feel like Tom and I are taking charge now.
I like
yeah,
it.
yeah, we're in charge.
Yeah.
Since you didn't come to Tassie, this is what you get.
Yeah, this is the dynamic now.
Fair enough. Now, Marnie, is there news?
No.
Well,
No, of course there
right.
is. I think it would be remiss and unkind to our audience if we didn't start with a bit of Tom's day, because they would love, I think, a follow-up as to what's happened about that Tassie trip. And I believe you were on the phone for 5 hours.
5 hours
Jetstar
today. Well, I wasn't on the phone, but I was on their chat, their live chat.
That's horrific. Why don't you just call them?
Because this is where like they kept pushing me into use this live chat. Like this is the process. You know what I mean?
That system.
And I think, I don't know if this is conspiracy Marns or if this is legit. I got up to the part where I have to put in my details for them to send me the reimbursement. And the chat crashed both times.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know if that's just them being like dodgy. Like,
They saw the Hilton receipt and like, absolutely not.
And then they wouldn't refund me the whole amount. So I've had to raise a case now.
Why?
Because they're like, the people on the chat can only approve up to like $208 per customer or whatever.
Because you had everyone?
We spent like 900. So yeah.
But for how many people?
For three people. So yeah. It's about $100
I'll do
extra.
some quick maths.
About 100 extra each, bro.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, they were like, do you have permission from your colleagues to... And I was like, I fucking paid for it, Malaka.
Yeah.
You said
You know?
that to the
I said that to
Jetstar.
the Jetstar people.
You should say, get this sorted or the broman's coming.
Yeah, the bro man loves to get on the phone.
And he uses his social media. He'll use his social media on you.
Yeah, he's got 100,000 followers.
No, I don't.
No?
No,
Do you know how many I have?
70?
75.
77.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And do you know what? Our collective one is doing pretty well. It's just 18.
Yeah,
It's
it's
about to hit
doing
18,000.
Yeah, check us a follow on Instagram, listeners.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you have fun with Jetstar.
Ah, well, of course.
The player that's most been in the headlines this week is Harley Reid after the AFL handed him a please explain for giving the middle finger to the crowd. Don't know what needs to be explained about that.
Yeah.
But adding to the saga was that he changed his Instagram profile picture for a very brief period of time to Ben Cousins giving the bird, which is Ben Cousins is an interesting person to put, to use. But I really hope that any theatre and fun doesn't get coaxed out of Harley Reid. I really hope he keeps this up.
Yeah, no, it's he put his fingers up. I grew up with in the new metal era where doing this all the time was really cool. So it's.
I've never done it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
Are you joking? I've done it on this podcast to you. It's on our Instagram.
Is it?
Yes.
Sounds right, actually.
Yeah. But I love that that was so believable that I've never given the middle finger
Well,
to
you're just saying
anyone.
you've never sworn before, and that's the swearing of the fingers.
That's true.
The swearing of the fingers. Oh, you guys are so silly.
And I put this on my TikTok and I was like, I don't know whether this is like a bad take from me or not, but because the most common argument as to why the AFL did this is it's a bad look for kids watching to have him giving the finger to the crowd. But having witnessed, and we all have, how aggressive and horrible those crowds can be, I actually love the example that he's setting of you don't have to just sit there and take it. You can actually, in a non-aggressive or violent way, say, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not necessarily, okay, that's probably bad phrasing, but you know what I mean?
No.
I don't have kids, but I would like to think that you don't have to just tolerate intense, aggressive bullying.
Tom, what would you do if Atlas gave you the finger?
If Atlas gave me the finger, oh, I don't know.
It depends in the context though.
Yeah.
If you're telling him to do something, you're actually trying to discipline him and he gives you the finger. That's different to if he's just running away from you at the park and he gives you the finger. That's
When
funny.
I was 7, my family went on a holiday to Daydream Island.
Where's that?
1996. It used to be the luxury. It's in the Whitsundays, and it was an island, and we're in the pool, and Dad's like, "Get out of the pool now." I said, "No," and then he was like, "Get out of the pool," and then I gave him the finger. I put my hand up out of the water like this, and he was like, "Right, you're in trouble." I was like, "Oh shit, I can't get out of the pool now," and I didn't get out for a long time. But then I think he was over it by the time I got out.
Cool.
Wayne Kelly.
Wayne Kelly.
My son's too young to discipline. They don't understand discipline at this age, so I haven't had to sort of discipline him yet. You just put up with their awful behaviour.
Yeah, what do you do? Well, how do you discipline?
Well, you literally just can't at this age, so you just have to try and...
When do you start disciplining?
I don't know, but there's an age where they start to understand that
15 or?
1 + 1 = 2, you know? And
I never figured that out.
Not in a math sense.
Right. Interesting. So yes, that's the finger gate this week was.
Yes, but yeah, because a lot of people had a lot of things to say about Harley, and a lot of I don't want to say there's a generational divide, but let's just say in this room, me being the representative of the young people, are fine with it, but the two of you, I imagine, are less okay with it.
Marty! What have I ever done to you?
Sorry.
We're all young people here.
But there is that kind of almost I don't know, it feels like school teachery to be you can't behave and it's not by their code. I would be fine if McWalter had a problem with it.
Yeah.
But to have just people in the media be like, he's
unacceptable.
I think
feels like ugh.
I couldn't care less.
He's talked about way too much.
Yeah.
I'm just the people talking about, it's insane how much he's talked about.
Yeah.
And he could do anything and it would be a thing, but it's kind of cool that he is doing a thing, because if I was him, I would just do nothing.
Yeah.
But didn't Hodgie, anyway, always. Do you think I don't even want to ask if you go home or not, but.
Yeah, he's going to
Robert's not
Essendon.
there.
Now, ask any Essendon fan. They're 100% certain, mate. My whole family is certain that he's coming.
the most hinged of all of the fan bases.
Yes.
Go to Tassie, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be very cool.
Well, speaking of Essendon, there's a collective agreement in the footy community that Essendon are in a rebuild.
Of course,
Jared
yeah.
Waitley was the first to say this on 360, and then it just went out to every other media channel, well, 40 of them, talking about whether Essendon are in a rebuild. And it was put to Brad Scott, and he said, that's not messaging to come from me. That's messaging to come from the club.
Interesting.
Does that why at the start of the year he got a contract extension, do you reckon? Like, do you reckon he did preseason and went, these guys suck? And then he went, can I have a chat? Like, if I'm going to go through this, you need to guarantee that I won't get sacked, or at least if I do get sacked, that I'm going to get paid to a certain year.
Well, I think it is. I mean, we saw it with Sam Mitchell having Hawthorn be not very good for a few years and then suddenly like skyrocket. Like, you can't expect a team to go, like, especially if you don't want them to be flash in the pan good and you want them to be like actually good, then you need time to build that. And I do think he has publicly said, like, I'm working with what I'm working with here. Like,
They're recruiting for like 7 years of high picks and just haven't done the best they can do with it, unfortunately. Nothing against Sartas or any of the other people who came through the era.
No, I was thinking about their backline. It's so young, right? Pryor, Reid, and now Al-Hali's.
Apart from Mackay, I guess.
yeah, got
Yeah,
him high.
but so
also
young.
the people that they've brought in recruiting wise since Scott's been there. I mean, like, was Goldstein the best to get in? Like, I get.
At the end of his career,
Yeah.
So at least there's new recruiting now. There's a new page turned.
Yeah.
But no, so there's a general consensus that they're rebuilding.
Yeah. And I loved, actually, I won't say this. It's too mean. Take that out.
No, I'll say it instead. Probably 2 or 3 weeks before Goodwin comes out and says it as well.
No, he's not going to say it. And was that what you were going to say?
You're just ignorance is bliss for you right now, Broden, but I'm telling you, any moment now, we are rebuilding.
We're not.
You absolutely are.
I can't wait. Oh, so this is what I wanted to speak about later, but I'll bring it up now. So Essendon play Melbourne on the 12th of April, which is in Gather Round. Why are you staring at me with them eyes?
We put some money on it.
Yeah, well, it's also my birthday.
Oh.
And I thought that it would be cool to have, like, not like a bet, but like a fun bet on
Yeah.
it. Like, the loser has to do X.
A forfeit.
Sure. And people can write in with what they think either Broden or I should do.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Is
Love
that a
it.
good idea?
Yes.
Because I was trying to think of something fun, but I couldn't think of anything. Kind of like how Tom Green and Jacob Genner did that swimming race.
You want to get a
Yeah.
tattoo?
No, I don't want to get a tattoo.
Let's do a tattoo.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
If you...
Oh, you're confident Melbourne are going to win now. No.
No, I want to hear
Marnie.
the audience. I want to hear the audience.
Marnie,
What the
you
audience
just
has to
said
say.
Jacob and Tom
Yeah.
is a reference point. I think a tattoo.
Okay. Of what?
Okay, so if Bombers beat D's, which I'm actually I'm not confident about this. Did you watch that game on Sunday?
Yeah.
I think I can get a plane.
Yeah, that's nice,
a
though.
tasteful plane.
Yeah, okay.
About the size of a 20-cent piece.
That's, yeah, done.
If the D's win, you've got to get a back piece of my head from the podcast. So my bald head.
I'll get a 20-cent of your bald head.
You would not.
Yeah, I would.
Would you? No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
good content. I'm all
It's
for
good
it for
content.
the content.
I was
no.
like, what's more, should I get a little demon or a little
A
bald
little
head?
demon.
A little bald head's funny.
No, you can't get a bald head. That's too weird. I wouldn't do that. Or
But
would
then
I?
that's reflective of the podcast that is such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
No, I think a little demon
Okay.
or a plane.
Well,
Can
I'm
I-
not getting a plane. I already want a plane.
Oh, you do want a plane? I would get MH370.
About to make that.
And go, found him.
Found him. There he is. I think we should definitely hear what the audience has to say. We've got a
Okay,
few
the audience
weeks
can
around.
let us know.
Yeah, we've got a couple of weeks, but we are definitely doing this for content.
Okay, great.
Some form of
We getting a
forfeit.
tattoo?
No,
Genuinely?
not tattoo. Whatever the. We'll
No, I'm
land
happy
on
to get a
something.
tattoo. I'm
All
happy to
the
get a
things you
tattoo
said.
unless the audience can come up with something better.
Okay,
Jesus.
great. Tattoo or better? It's on the
I would
audience.
love to get a tattoo for me one day. I have 2 tattoos already and none of them are for me.
Yeah, but a plane would be for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially
MH370 would really be. I'm still reeling from when you went with the 2 different generations of people in this room. I feel like punched right in the face. What else we got?
You said you wanted to punch me, right?
No.
Punch me. I was reeling.
That was I punch in the face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A new segment that I thought we could introduce is called time to talk infrastructure with Tom.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stadium talk,
Oh,
including
yeah.
in Tasmania. And this is your favourite topic now.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
is. I'm expert.
So firstly, we'll head up to Queensland.
I'm
Yeah.
expert.
So Brisbane is set to have a new home ground from 2033 season. I hate to think about how old we'll be. Following the Queensland government's announcement that the Gabba will be demolished and a 63,000-seat stadium built in inner city Vic Park. That new stadium is going to be the centrepiece of the 2032 Olympics and then afterwards be used to host Lions and cricket games.
Yeah.
Cricket did an article today or a thing going, we welcome this. Of course you fucking do.
We're welcome.
And wasn't the whole thing that the Polly said as part of his election promise there won't be a new stadium, and now there is?
They were going to re-look at the Brisbane rollout. But no, there was a period there where it was very grim. Like they were going, we're going to have the opening ceremony at a shopping centre.
Yeah, it was. It was all going
Yeah.
to be regional, sort of like chill stuff, wasn't it? Yeah.
And obviously I love this for the Olympics,
Yeah.
but also for the Lions because they sold out 9 of their 12 games last year.
Yeah.
63,000 capacity or something like that.
Yeah, so the Gabba at the moment's 37,000.
Oh my God. I
Teensy
thought
tiny.
in my head it was like a 50. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
they need it.
They need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it 80.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Okay.
It's going to be modelled off Optus Stadium, they reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great
Well,
stadium.
Optus Stadium looks beautiful. I've never been there.
I have a vibe, but I
It looks
know
beautiful
it's great.
from all the
I've been
drone
there.
shots on the TV.
My football team won a grand final there.
Then what happened? Don't you usually go into a rebuild after a premiership?
Yeah, a few years after when you've bottomed out.
I'm going to show you. Do you know the Premiers last year lost 3 in a row?
Who?
The Premiers last year lost 3 in a row.
Brisbane Lions.
Went 0-3.
They lost way more than that, didn't they?
But they went 0-3.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
the D's are right on track. And as are the Bombers.
Right on
I'll
track
see you in the
for
grand final.
Simon Goodwin to announce the rebuild.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, this just came up and I didn't want to read it exactly as it says. But the AFL is unmoved that Cricket Australia has concerns over Tasmania's proposed new waterfront stadium because
The roof.
the roof is going to impede on the cricket.
Right. So it won't be a retractable roof.
Well, no, it's the structure that holds up the roof.
It's going to be made of wood.
That shadow will
Make it
pass-
impossible to play cricket.
But the
Yes.
AFL, because their
Shadows
deal's
over the
already
centre wicket.
signed, their response would just be cry more, yeah? Like,
yeah.
But
So
Hobart already has the best stadium in the country, which is Ninja Creamy Stadium.
what are you talking about?
That is the name of what's the old?
that's for real.
Yeah,
you
for
should
real.
have come to
It's
Tasmania
called-
with us.
It's called Creamy Stadium.
Stadium is literally called Ninja Creamy Stadium.
Yeah.
Where?
The old
Tassie.
the old Hobart
In
one. What's the
Hobart.
famous?
Blunston?
Yeah, it's no, not Blunston. The famous Hobart one.
Bellreeve.
Bellreeve is now Ninja Creamy Stadium.
Yeah.
So the Marmalade Boys checkers kept going all day.
I love Ninja
Should we go
Creamy.
down to Creamy Stadium? And I was like, this sounds funny.
Ninja Creamy is my stadium. That's my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they I guess they can't do anything about it because the AFL's already agreed to the stadium. And
Right, but it'd be cricket would be pitching in, wouldn't they, and stuff, and it'd be a joint stake pitch and stuff. So they'd have some say.
Cricket Australia and Cricket Tasmania wrote to the Tassie government saying we're pretty concerned about this, and the Tassie government has a say.
Yeah,
In
of
the
course.
stadium.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess, yeah,
Drama-rama.
Dramarama. But that's news. The Tassie Stadium, it's been pretty clear sailing since then. It's been up to this point. So it's-
Yeah, it's since inception. Yeah.
I'm expecting when I go down there for my solo show, it's going to be all done by July. What else is on?
Port Adelaide's Tom Cochrane will become the first player with Tourette syndrome to feature in the AFL when he runs out against Essendon on Thursday night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the 19-year-old has vocal tics that manifest in swear words. Also, what I found out this week via TikTok, do you know Billie Eilish has Tourette's?
No.
No.
I didn't know that.
Neither. So interesting.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen performers, but I've not seen it in a football game or anything like that. That's really interesting. I looked up Tom Cochrane, and there's a Canadian singer-songwriter who looks about 80.
The 80-year-old man's running out against Essendon. We're in for a shot.
Yeah, I was like, that would not be him. Well, that's exciting. All the best to you, Tom
Yeah.
Cochrane.
And I have a piece that is supposed to go live on ABC tomorrow morning. So if it gets delayed, whoopsie daisies that I've been talking about on this. But do you know Tom Green's completely deaf in one of his ears?
No, I didn't know
Only
that.
because you told me. But,
Yeah. But before,
Friends like, yeah, I did know that. I didn't know
but
that.
you didn't know before I told you.
No, I didn't.
And I didn't know before Jacob told me. And then I asked the Giants, can I write about this? And they said, sure.
Yeah.
And I
great.
interviewed him, and that's going on ABC tomorrow.
Very
Oh, you
interesting.
check that out on the ABC, which is tattooed on my bottom.
Soon to be next to a plane.
Yeah.
It made it 370. Great. Yes, cool.
I just found this made me think, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Made
yeah.
the clogs turn.
Made me think. Made the clogs turn in the brain.
That's why people come here to think. This is a thinking man's
It is.
thinking person's podcast.
It's a think tank, you could say.
Adam Uze said that Richmond are unbothered by the criticism of Tim Taranto. Did you catch all this week?
Yeah.
So
Briefly.
Kane Corns has been pretty strong since 2023 that Tim Taranto's not a good player. He's not in the top 150 players in the league. And this week he tweeted, Taranto 4 handballs, minus 27 metres gained at halftime, top 150 ? And Matthew Richardson ratioed Kane Corns and said, did you play well every week? No, is the answer. Ordinary post. And then that just spiraled. And the way that I feel like so many media personalities have just been the story this week, other than the actual
This
game, which
year.
always gets under my skin a little bit.
This year.
But Corns basically went on to say that he won't touch the youngsters because obviously Richmond are a bunch of babies. He won't, I mean that in youth, not attitude. Richmond have a bunch of young players, but the mature age players are fair game to be judged. And I was just thinking about, okay, well actually context and environment matters a lot because even just in the first game, I thought that Isaac Heaney had to play a very different role with Errol Goulden out. And so that changed his ability to be a match-winning star.
Yeah.
But then I thought, but on the flip side of that, what about Zach Merritt and how he is basically carrying that team on his back and Paddy Cripps? And so I had a very interesting, both sides of the argument going on in my head.
Yeah. So,
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like players, like Tim Taranto would be a better player if he was in a better team.
Yes.
Like it's hard to be a really good player when you're also trying to lead a bunch of.
And on the inverse, it's much easier to critique someone who is not surrounded by good players. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I remember after the year Melbourne won the flag when it was 4 years ago, money, and the year after we could do no wrong. And you're seeing it with Brisbane at the moment. It's like, oh, they're just so good. They're going to win so many. Much of the media is very much just saying what they see in front of them, but framing it as opinion as opposed to literally having opinion. Like what would be interesting is is a media person to come out and say, I think that Hawthorn are actually not good, or Hawthorn, that would be a real thing.
Yeah.
But to just say Essendon are a disgrace or Melbourne are a disgrace is easy. And then what would happen with most people is when they come, one of them comes good, Melbourne, they'll go, they're so good. And what they've done is they've done this. It's literally just observing and framing it as an opinion, which is not, it's actually not punditry.
Yeah.
That's and so it is. So it's easy to go Taranto and just go, you're shit. And it's hard to say good and bad. I think.
Have a nuanced conversation about why he is playing the way he's playing. But also, because I feel like you can say, well, yeah, he's not potentially living up to expectations.
Yeah.
But
I think that would be fair, right? Because it does depend on the player. Because you also had Gary Ablett win a Brownlow running around with 19-year-olds who, no idea what was going on, right? And like you said, Zach Merritt. So it's really there's more depth to Taranto's a bad player.
More often than not as well, the rising star is a good example. The rising star usually is in a team that's playing in the finals. So the year Luke Jackson won it, the D's won the flag, or Dacos was in the year that they won the flag, or the year before they won the flag.
Yeah.
Often it's a player who Harley really won? No, Harley didn't.
No,
win.
Ollie Dempsey.
Ollie Dempsey, yeah. So, being in a good organisation is better for you, and it's,
Yeah. One of my biggest pet hates is when people have really, they'll post, this forward had 0 disposals or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, because there was no service. If the ball's not coming inside 50, how are they supposed to touch the ball?
Yeah, small forward is the hardest position in our game at the moment, for sure. And so many people will point at a small forward and say, kicked 1 goal and had 4 handballs, what a disgrace. And it's like, well, yeah.
in football generally, because I would argue 36-year-old football podcast host who gets smashed for being old is the hardest role that I've experienced.
Yeah, on the football field for sure.
No, on the football field, right. What else? You've got great handwriting, Marnie.
Are you joking? I
Yeah, I
feel
like it.
that's horrific.
But I imagine you write quite quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm unacceptable.
Yeah,
Like,
you could not read my handwriting if I
Well,
wrote
I'm
something.
trying to find examples because
do you do that? You know that
this is probably
journalism,
so boring for everyone
that
watching,
journalism
sorry.
shorthand that journalists sometimes have, where it's like coded writing.
Oh my God, yeah, I can't read that.
What is that called? I wonder what it's called.
Shorthand.
Is it called shorthand?
Yep.
Do you have to learn? You learn? Have you seen that?
No,
It's like
hieroglyphic.
hieroglyphic looking.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, if I'm writing quickly, it's so much harder to read.
I can still read that.
Yeah, incredible.
I am Marnie. I am.
Yeah, I was
cool.
like, maybe I don't want you to read that. I don't know what that says.
I'm so cool.
Alright.
Did you talk? What else is on?
There wasn't a huge amount that I thought.
Soccer last night. Did you watch any soccer?
I watched half of the soccer and I was so exhausted. So I watched the Jackson Irvine first goal. For context, Socceroos beat China 2-0, and they were kind of like, if we win this, it's going to be smooth sailing. But they needed Japan to beat Saudi, and it was a draw. And so now Socceroos have to get points for them in their next two matches, which are in June,
Is
I
this to
believe.
get to the Asia World Cup or something like
No,
that?
the World Cup.
When's the World Cup?
Next year.
Gee, well, that was quick.
Yeah, in America, Canada, and the US. America, Canada, and the USA. America, Canada, and Mexico, which I'm
Oh, fun.
so want them to qualify.
Yeah, that would be nice. You maybe could go to that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to go to that.
Yeah.
It would be intense. Also, because I feel like going from a women's World Cup to a men's World Cup would be a very different experience.
Yes. When is the Women's World Cup? That'll be in 2 years.
Years after that.
Yeah.
Because we have the Asian World Cup. The Asian World Cup. We have the Asian Cup on home soil next year. And do we have a coach?
No.
No,
No.
we don't.
Good stuff.
Get one of
Tipping?
them.
Oh, let's do it. Tipping.
Tipping. Tipping. Tipping.
So, Marnie, you were saying that the Essendon are rebuilding, and it's that's the year done, pretty much.
No, you were saying that about Melbourne.
Yeah, right. Okay, good. Because on Thursday night, prime time, it's the Bombers taking on Port Adelaide. Woo. What a turnaround for Port, now coming back over to Marvel Stadium, and they're going to potentially go 2-3. After a horrendous start. They could be sitting 2-3.
Yeah. I think they will be.
Did you see when Draper was snapping the ball 10 metres out in
The
front?
crowd was so funny.
It was very fun. It was very theatrical, wasn't it?
Very funny. Yes.
Yeah. Everyone's going to go Port, I imagine.
Yep.
Port by 24, I think. I don't think it'll be a blowout. Port don't like playing away as much as other
I'm very
teams.
excited for this game.
And are you going to go?
Yep.
We're still very much in that period of the year where every game is really surprising, or a proportion of games is really surprising. Proportion or portion? What's proportion mean?
A portion makes sense to me. I don't know what proportion means.
Proportion means a part, share, or number. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
But what also portion means that, doesn't it?
Well, that's like a slice of a cake.
You never say something and you realise this is going to warrant 98 emails about me that I have to go through. Friday night, 28th of March, Marvel Stadium. Carlton are at every primetime game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I just imagine that they would love to not be in primetime.
Are we doing a Michael Voss episode this week?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I'll see how I feel.
Friday at midnight.
Yeah, I'll decide.
Send me into a panic.
About 10:40 on Friday, I'll decide. But this is strange on the AFL app. 50-50 between Carlton and
I
Bulldogs.
love that. That's so fun.
Yeah, it is super interesting.
Bulldogs people that I've spoken to are not, I'm like fans, are
Yes.
not confident about this at all. And I think that they played
Should
very
be.
well against Collingwood. Potentially should have won that one.
Yeah, absolutely should have.
Whereas Carlton also have that footy world pressure on them
Yes.
now as well.
Carlton desperate for a win. Bulldogs, sometimes, when you have a really good performance, people expect that same performance the next week, but all the emotional tickets have been spent. I actually, just out of personal interest, I'm going to go Carlton.
Yeah, I'm vibing Carlton too. Like, no particular reason. I think this will be a ripper game and it could go either way, but I'm vibing a Carlton win.
Yeah, I'm going doggies, but my tips have been off jobs. So.
Yeah.
What are you on? Do you know your number? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I'm so bad at tipping.
Yeah, as am I. Tipping King has fallen.
Saturday 1:20, the early game, off Broadway, I'd call it, on KO Super Saturday. Did you say their price went up again?
Well, yeah, I got an email up to 40, but apparently Paddy was saying it's already been announced. But yeah, up to 40 as of April 23.
Do either of you watch White Lotus?
No.
Have you at least seen the meme though of Parker Posey's character being like, I just want to live a comfortable life, otherwise I would rather not live at all?
No.
Oh, she's just talking about how much she wants to be rich over
Right. Living.
the idea of, yes, being poor is she'd rather not.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, anyway, I was going to say that just made me think of Broden at the MCC.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
It's White Lotus. Is it good? You enjoying it?
This season's been
People love it. But it's Melbourne versus Gold Coast.
1:20. I'm hosting a thing for the D's. I've taken over the Melbourne Football Club, and that'll be interesting. But
Is that something that the public can go to?
for $270.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, they can. Though.
Which is to Melbourne, it's like loose change. Like
Yeah.
we're just like,
And have I got a ticket?
yes,
Great.
everyone in this room can have a ticket if they want
Excited.
one.
I'm going to be at the Rising Sun because the True Bloods have a live show there, and they're my favourite podcast outside of this one.
That's kind. That's kind.
Shout out True Bloods.
Yep.
The Saturday Suns and D's. It's the Tom Broden Cup.
Yeah. Very surprised at the percentage with this as well. 53% Suns, 47% Melbourne.
Shall we throw jabs at one another?
We haven't beaten D's for years and years and
let's
years.
throw jabs at each
Oh,
other.
okay, sure.
Right. So, Tom, you may as well stay at home, chump.
Okay. I'll be coming to your function and I'm going to boo you.
Oh my God, that's
Piece
so
of-
funny.
Loser. Get off the stage, loser. Boo.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Can the Suns.
One of the cool things I'll be doing is interviewing someone from House of Darwin
Oh, that is cool.
who make awesome art.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
Is that it for the jabs round?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. He really,
fucked him.
he really hurt. He hurt me. You want it? What are you going to wear? A linen shirt?
No, I'm going to wear my pink Suns.
I think
Oh, I
that's
love the Pink Suns hoodie.
Yeah.
all right.
Is there a dress code?
Oh my goodness,
I'll wear
I
a suit then.
really want the pink merch, but they're sold out. You have influence with the Suns.
I don't.
Oh.
They think I'm some scrap. You know, they're like, get out of my DMs, scrap.
How many DMs are you in it?
With them, I sent them many. Like, please accept me into your inner fold.
Tell Tom,
Yeah.
tell Marnie, which is your go-to app you use?
So he thinks it's so weird and funny, and so do people around the office, that for whatever reason, my family, my in-laws and I, we use Snapchat. See, Marnie knows. She thinks it's cool.
Families use Snapchat for
No,
some
they
reason.
Yeah.
don't.
So
But
it's
I do
like,
think it's one of the generational divide things again, where Snapchat's gone from young
to old, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my mother's not on there, but my sister and my in-laws are, and my wife, obviously.
But do the photos go
Oh my God!
away?
Yeah.
I want a little Atlas update.
Exactly. You'd
Atlas.
get like 8 a day if you're on Snapchat. That's the thing, you know?
Okay. But do the photo? Why wouldn't you put the photos where you can treasure them forever?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because of the difference in iPhone and stuff, and not everyone knows how to use WhatsApp, I guess, maybe.
Strange.
So, yeah.
D's Suns.
Yeah, I'm surprised that not more people are tipping Suns. Having said that, I'm tipping the D's 100%.
Why?
Because we've been to this game so many times. When was the last time you remember the Suns beating the D's? I reckon we haven't beat yous in like 5-6 years. Remember you stole one from us in Darwin? You beat us at my Bucks last year. I don't know. I just can't remember us beating the D's like ever. You always somehow manage to beat us. Someone can fact check that, and I'm probably so wrong.
Well, I better tip the Suns.
But I think the D's have got this.
Yeah, I actually want to tip the D's. I also feel like that whole buy round just gets teams, especially this early on. It's so wacky.
Basically 2 buys for the Suns. Very weird.
I think people are underestimating how many important players weren't playing for us on the weekend. We might still be shit, I don't know, but like we had May
Won't be back, right? though?
May's back.
Oh, he is.
Has to get past a test. There's a
Right.
few that are going to have to pass a test, but Caleb Wins is not going to play, which is a real bummer. But yeah, there's a bunch of people. Melksham, I think, is facing a test.
Yeah, right.
from
I
them.
thought he was a 5 to 6 May with a broken
Fractured
something.
larynx.
Yeah, sounds awful.
No, it's not as bad as Gorney's was,
Okay.
but he's facing a test. And Saturday at 4:15, Saints versus Richmond. 9% people tipping Richmond. Shout out to Charlie Clausen from Two Guys One Cup, who said on their podcast they was deeply hurt that none of us we all went to town on the Saints apparently. But they're a developing team as well. They're a developing young rebuilding team, probably in a similar basket to Essendon, but with a bit of white in there. And I think they'll beat Richmond.
Yeah, they
at
showed a
Marvel
lot last
Stadium
week.
on the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah. Also, was it the two of you talking about how Saints are Marvel? It's just Fortress.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that
I
was,
stole that from Kate McCarthy, but yes, Kate's a gun. And then at 7:35 in Tassie Stadium, Ninja Creamy Stadium, Hawthorn taking on the Giants. What a weird game that's going to be.
yeah.
Also, I'm disappointed that this is the Giants coming off a bye because I'm so excited for this, but I want it to be good. I really
So do you think
want it to be good.
Giants
I
at
just think buys just stop momentum. But in saying that, Jesse Hogan's a test. Who are the other injured players? There's a bunch of tests.
the guy from Essendon, Stringer.
Jake Stringer's a test.
And then
They're getting someone else back as well. Those three.
well, Tom Green already came back, didn't he?
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
Tom
would,
Green's back.
Yeah.
I would love this to be really competitive and good.
Yeah, no, I think 17% tipping Giants would largely be out of, I don't know why, but
Well, I think it's just them playing at all sorts of weird stadiums again. I feel like this is the Hawks to lose for sure. They have to go to Tassie off a bye. I feel like Hawthorn love playing there. They absolutely dominate there. Yeah, I agree with the tipsters and that Hawthorn is this is theirs to lose.
who'd you go money?
Hawks.
I'm going Giants.
Yeah, crazy,
I just think they're very good.
Yeah.
Saturday, 29th March at the Gabba, Brisbane versus Geelong. This was the game of the year last year, the last time they played.
I'm surprised that's so many people. What am I
Yeah.
trying to say? Disproportionate.
87% of people are tipping Brisbane.
Yeah.
It's a cat. Well, when you look at the literal mascots,
That's
a
true.
house cat has no chance against a lion.
So is this
Well,
the
it
round?
depends on environment because a house cat could hide from a lion. If you think in a house.
Yeah, I guess the cat would know its way around the house better than the lion. But having said that, lions are so big and they got really strong. The Melbourne Zoo has 2 male lions and they're brothers and they are big boys. They are
Incredibly
big boys. It depends on the house cat as well because I've met some very friendly house, like a little Mark's got very,
Little cats.
grey ones. They had no chance against a real lion.
No. This is the round 0 reschedule, right? Yes, so this was supposed to happen in round 0, wasn't
Oh,
it?
wow.
Yeah, I believe so. So that's cool.
You're so clever, Tom.
I just remembered that because this should be a really good game.
This is why are the 2 best games of the round up against each other?
Yeah, exact same time.
Probably because of that, because it was a reschedule.
Yeah, had to go there. But surely move.
Which one are you going to watch?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean-
Hawthorns versus GWS for sure, I reckon.
I'll be
personally.
on
I'm-
stage.
Oh, you should have it behind you.
I actually in Canberra on Saturday night, Saints are up against Geelong, and I'm walking on stage, fucking hell. And I was going to be on stage. Oh, I got a score, but I didn't. I showed
should've.
restraint. But yeah, for this game,
Yeah, because I'm working, but I'm going to be put on one of them, and my colleague Chris is going to be put on the other one, and we don't know yet. Which one should I ask for?
Ah.
you could go on both.
No, no.
I think that the Brisbane versus Geelong will be a blowout and Brisbane will win very easily, whereas I think anything could happen with Hawthorn GWS. So
I don't know. The Weagles had Brizzy for quite a while there.
they really did.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
I was so excited because one of my colleagues took his son, and his son, I'm oh my goodness, I can't remember his age, but he's small. With a new Harley Reid Guernsey that he got for
Oh.
Christmas, and just unbelievably excited.
He got the finger. He's done a full
And then
John
Harley
Cena
Reid gave
turn.
him the finger, and no. And I was just so excited for him because his father was a little bit worried that it would just be a demolition.
blowout,
yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, little Max had the best time, and now we won't stop talking about the West Coast Eagles.
They did it for little Max. Good
Yeah.
on you, little Max. I'm going to go Geelong in an upset.
I'm going Brisbane.
Yeah, I am also going Brisbane.
If Geelong lose, does that mean they'll be 2-2?
2 sad Scott brothers.
No, 1-2.
1-2, yeah.
Wow. And 2 said Scott brothers. That's what they say in bingo when you get and then Sunday, we got only 2 games on Sunday for some reason. Well, who's buying this week?
No buys this week.
But there's 8 games.
Yeah, there must be a buy this week. You're right.
Let's try and figure it out together. Collingwood?
No, Sydney's not there, so it has to be Sydney.
Collingwood and Sydney.
Collingwood, Sydney.
Who I tipped the Pies in the bye. The Crows versus North. This is the Adelaide. The AFL tipping's just wrong. We should just stop referencing it because 5% of people are tipping North Melbourne
But
against
it's
the
at
Crows.
Adelaide, though.
Did you see? Don't be rude.
I'm not being rude.
Did you see
Adelaide-
the Kangaroos on Sunday?
I think the glow up that North has had is equaled by the glow up Adelaide have had this year, and it's in Adelaide, and North will still be flaky up and down all year.
People keep saying, though, that Adelaide have only played Saints and Essendon.
And now they're only
I
playing
will
North.
repeat again, they conceded 100 points against Essendon.
100%.
I was looking at the Crows. And Crows are rightly getting their flowers, as you would say, Tom. But yeah, they've played, exactly what you said. I'm tipping North.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm tipping Adelaide for sure.
But having said that, it is the Villies. An Adelaide team hasn't lost at Adelaide Oval since the Villies was implemented.
Absolutely.
So I'm.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for the showdown.
Are you going to go?
No, just...
I'm still
Or
waiting
it's
for you to
happen.
get us tickets to Gather Round and get us some Contra stuff.
I said just let me know if you actually want to
Yeah,
go.
we want to go.
No, it's my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
shame.
why we're going to have
Essendon
the
playing
tattoo off.
Melbourne.
We're both going to be watching from a tattoo parlor.
That would be so funny.
We can
Also,
do
because
it.
I will be not sober. Like, I will literally get a giant demon on the entirety of my back.
Yeah, my
It's good for content.
Netflix one didn't hurt, and my ABC one hurt.
I wonder why.
Read into that what
Yeah.
you will.
That's
I think the
symbolic.
ABC was closer to the bone, I guess. Did yours hurt?
Yeah, but I'm a baby.
So am I.
Like, I do not take pain well.
Yeah, neither do I. Fremantle West Coast, talking of... I'm never going to get it right. Derby,
Yeah.
not Derby.
No, the Derby's the South Australian one.
Derby.
The
No,
Derby.
Showdown is Adelaide.
Yeah.
And then it's the Sydney Battle of the Bridge. No,
Bridge.
Sydney
Battle of the Bridge.
Derby.
Derby. But this is a derby.
This is a
Reese
derby.
derby. At the 30th.
The Derby party.
A derby party. Adelaide. Fremantle Dockers taking on West Coast.
Oh, I'm going to tip West Coast. I feel like aren't crosstown rivals aren't these always like wacko?
Yeah, I think
They
we've
are.
They
spoken
always
about
have
that at
weird
length,
results.
Yeah. I think I have to tip Freo. I feel like
Freo,
I
yeah.
have to back them in.
They're
But
munging for a win.
yeah, but God, after last week,
Oh my God, that's Sydney.
awful.
Oh,
I don't feel confident about any of my tipping whatsoever.
me neither.
But, why would I? No, why would I?
Apparently, it's Derby, Umalaka.
Well, I don't know.
All the chat is saying Derby, Derby, Derby. WA fan here, Derby, Derby, Derby.
Oh, okay. If it's coming from WA fans, we
well, yeah,
apologize.
all of them are Malaccan with us.
We apologize.
It's like... I would love to say that I'll remember this time.
I know. It's just one of those
Derby
ones.
like Kirby. You can remember that.
I can and I won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anything else before we get out of here, folks, apart from enjoy the footy this weekend? I'm asking
I just
people
looked at the comment section. People are very strongly telling us that it's Derby.
Yeah, no, Derby, Derby, Derby. Always the same. No, I know you answered, and then I took a breath for a second, and I thought it'd be funny if I just refused to answer you, and then I put in the sting.
That's not funny.
That is funny.
But
Have
then
a,
you spoke.
a very special guest this weekend who I will leave a surprise.
Either the grey cricketer or Michael Voss.
Well, and why, Tom?
Because they're the two I've edited ready to go.
All right, great. The grade cricketer. Now, they'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be really
They're
cool.
those guys who do that little segment on the footy show on the Sunday Feast. That's their relevance to the AFL world. Very
really
smart.
good. Great chat.
They're lovely gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great one. Bounce that pill. And thank you in the chat, everyone. Cricket isn't pogs. Footy is pogs, chaboy. The Pink Suns merch is getting a restock tonight, Tom.
Oh, I actually got an email about that. That's right, actually. I should have
Oh,
said
there
that
you
on
go.
pod. Yeah, so getting
Could have
quick,
pumped them
Marns.
up.
Getting quick.
I need to stop buying footy merch, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're in a cost of living crisis. I don't get paid that much, and all of my money goes on fucking football merch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's your favourite piece of footy merch?
Well, right now it's my Isaac Heaney shirt because it just came in the mail.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I don't have barely any.
What?
Because nothing fits me.
I just love it. I love leaning in so much. Yeah. It's that, yeah.
Eamon or Eamon, thank you so much for coming to my show. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being there. Marns' hair was a highlight, closely followed by the double Broden voice echo.
Thank you.
What a huge episode it was for when that bit where you played. Marnie, do you think Jimmy Hoffa is hiding? Jimmy Hoffa was he led the unions in New York in the 80s. He was connected with the mafia and he went missing. People think he's in the Hudson.
That's interesting.
But there's a whole movie called The Irishman about him.
Oh.
Which is 48 hours long.
I did a bit where I did it again, but you don't have headphones on, so no one got it.
That's not funny.
Yeah, I thought it would be funny if you knew, but you know.
You're just over there laughing at us.
Marnie, someone said that someone noticed your hair and thought it wasn't you.
Why?
I don't.
Oh, it's just so blonde, you know? It's like electric.
You don't even think it is blonde.
Marnie, my dad noticed that you changed your hair. He didn't think it was you.
Oh, thank you.
I thought I was... No, I don't know what Red Infernal's talking about.
I mean, you didn't say it was nice, but I'll take the change, the notice of a change.
Yeah, you look different.
Yeah, that's okay.
There is a Jack Nicholson movie about Jimmy Hoffa. A lot shorter. But Jack Nicholson is old and roaming a house by himself, I saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Still shows up to Laker games every now and then, I think.
Yeah. The thing I buy too much of is AS Basics.
What's that?
It's a clothing brand that just does basics.
Oh, right.
They're next to Homie on Brunswick Street, and I just buy everything from there.
That's usually what you print merch on.
Pardon me?
That's usually what you print merch
You
on.
do
Oh, what
print it.
time is it?
All right. Good shout. All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for being around. It's lovely to see you. We'll see you next event. Bounce that bill.